Hi y'all, it's Amy with Renewing Stitches. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're choosing to spend some of your time with me. It is Tuesday, so we're filming. It's already been a good day. I've got to stitch with my in-person stitchy friends earlier today, and so now I'm here with y'all, and it's a lovely day to talk about stitching, to stitch, to think about stitching, all of that. Glad you're here. I want to tell y'all thank you for your kind words from last video about my daddy. His birthday is Thursday, and it's of course it's Tuesday. It's been a rough week since I've seen you last, but it'll be okay. So we're going to celebrate him and also celebrate my youngest son. Celebrate them both on Saturday. My youngest turned 16. 16. So fast. My husband and I we got married, it'll be 20 years ago this year. No, 19 years ago this year. And both of us were older, and we had kids when we started family when we were older, so we're in that sandwichy generation where we're helping parents but also growing kids. So I wouldn't want it any other way, but it's rough sometimes. So anyway, that's all of life. It's okay. It's okay. The Lord is good. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good, right? Anyway, I already thanked you for your words, your kind words. Also, okay, first before I get into that, today I have a start and finish, 2 new starts, some whips, and plans. Last week I showed one of my finishes, but it wasn't complete, was it? I had a tail missing. Thank you to those of you who let me know that I had a tail missing from my bunny Fufu, from my Peter Rabbit. So this is the finish again. This is Peter Stay Out from Lindy Stitches, a freebie from her, and I stitched this one first. Had this one, I thought, finished last week, but his little tail was not there. And now this tail looks wider, but it's okay. I'm good with it. I think I used Blanc here and whatever was called for here. Or maybe I did 2 here and 1 here. It matters not. Imperfectly perfect, right? Anyway, these are for my mom and my sister. I will now be putting it on the sewing machine to be finished for next week. So they're done again, but they're done this time. So that was my finish again. But my start and finish, since I've seen you, reach. This I used this week for the I Spy prompt from Laura, Stitching by the Shore. I'll link her below. Is green. It's something that is green. And I use green fabric. This was a green that I dyed. It's a 22 count hardanger. And I dyed it with a green Rit dye. So I'm using this for the prompt for green. Now, this one is the start and finish. This is from Leisure Arts. You know me and my love for the classics. This is from 1987. And I renewed it. Oh, sweet sweatshirts. All these rabbits, bunnies, on the sweatshirts. And the back is the same. Sweatshirts, same bunnies. There's 5 or 6 patterns here. This is from 1987. Leisure Arts Leaflet number 562. And all I did was this one right here. And I want to finish it as a like an animal cracker that we've seen out. Just I want to cut out and then stuff it. Sorry, fluff went everywhere. Stuff it and then put it in my dough bowl. So I picked up a scrap of my scrappies, and it is a, did I measure it? Start and finish, let me measure it. I think it's a 16 count. I did it 2/2, so it's bigger than a 14. It's bigger than 11. It's like a 10 count, so it must be like an 18 count. Whenever I dyed it, it shrunk up a little bit. But, so it ended up being a 20 count of, I don't know, it's a, in person it looks almost not really Tiffany blue, but close to it. I mean, it looks blue here, yes, but there is a green, nope. Anyway, there's a blue-green. It's a light blue-green. So I did this rabbit, and I'm going to cut it out like this, and then get a fabric to go with it, and just lightly stuff it, lightly pat it, and put it in my dough bowl. And you don't want to see all my cuts. It's just a partial. It doesn't, the scrap outside exterior doesn't need to be pretty, does it? There. But the floss I used is from leftover kit floss. I'm trying to get rid of that, trying to get rid of my scraps. I am, I don't know, thrifting my scraps, I guess, using up. But it turned out cute. I just picked 3 pinks, and it's like a gray. These rabbits are gray. These bunnies are gray. All of them are kind of gray, but I made it a tawny color because I didn't have 2 shades of gray in my scrap floss. So I picked a tawny. There's tawny rabbits. And it didn't have any eyes, so I just put in French knots for the eyes. I think it turned out cute. It was cute. I stitched it a 2/2, like I said. It's kind of you can see the fabric through it, but I don't care. I love it. So cute. Good iron and a stuffing, and it'll be ready. So that is my start and finish. And I don't know that I'd like to stitch the one with the, right back here, let's see, right here, the one with the little baby bunny, or the baby doll, that one's cute. I'd like to stitch that one. And maybe these, the boy and girl. Maybe just change the colors a bit. I do like that yellow apron, though. Anyway. But, I just hit myself in the face. Y'all gonna giggle with me? Alright, so that was my start and finish, and my 2 starts. These are part of my whip go. So my 2 calls this month were, number 1 was Crosswing Collection. And if you're new, my whip go looks like this. Not real fancy, but hey, it works. And I can erase if I need to. I put the numbers randomly on my board, and then I randomly chose designers from my stash of charts that I have that I've purchased or that are freebies, and I just plug them in. So when the number is called, I stitch a new one. I start a new one if I don't have one going, and if I have one going, then I just work on it. I don't have a set number of days or number of stitches. I just spend some time with it. So, and some of these have been in my stash for a while, and I haven't started them, so this is motivating me to start it. So this is one of those. It was called, number 1 was Crosswing Collection, and this is the one I chose. I have a couple. Crosswing Collection Mourning Doves is the one. I'm going to do just the doves and maybe a few, like the branch, and maybe a few of these, but I'm cutting it off because I want to put it in a hoop, and I think it'll fit there. I'm doing this on 14 count. It's a printed fabric from Hobby Lobby. Is it vintage blue? Yes. 14 count vintage blue, and it looks like clouds. So I thought I really want it in this hoop. So on a 14 count, if I just do the birds right here, then it should fit fine, a 10-inch hoop. So I won't do that. I may do an acorn or two, but it'll just, whatever I can fit into the hoop outside of the birds. So I'm going to do that. And it'll go, this is 10, I think this is maybe 12, and we'll talk about that one here in a minute, but I think I'm going to put it there. And I loved doing this. If I needed to, if I didn't have a bajillion other things I wanted to stitch, I would have kept on going. But anyway, I'm working on this one right here. Started on this one. I tried to find the middle so I could make sure I centered it in my not centered it in my fabric, but had enough room on all sides to put it in the hoop. And then I found it. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. This is it. And he looks weird because his eye's not there yet. The eye is a blend, so I'll stitch that. I'll probably, I'll stitch that and then kind of have it to the side because that's the only blend part here. And then keep the rest of it for the other one. But that's it. Oh, so he'll be this big, tail come down here, and then the other one will be right here. Oh, that was so much fun. It was so fun. So that's the back of his head. There's a little bit of blue-gray. I don't know if you can see it right in here under his wing. There's a little bit of blue-gray that kind of is going to come up here. So that's it. We have mourning doves. We had a pair visit for several years. I didn't see them last year, but that doesn't mean they weren't there. I didn't put a bird feeder out. I don't think I put a bird feeder out last year until it got really hot. But they were, I could hear them, so I know they're around. Anyway, loved that one. Crosswing collection. And since I saw you last, I have ordered a couple more. Let's see here. The next new start. Yes, the next new start was also for WhipGo. It's number 10, and my designer that I had plugged in for the number 10 was From the Heart Needleart by Wendy. And this is Catherine's Little Sampler, From the Heart Needleart by Wendy. Catherine's Little Sampler. So I'm doing this. This is from my grandmother's fabric. And I think she used it for a skirt because it's not, I took it this morning to stitch on, and one of my friends said, well, maybe it's kind of like a monk cloth, but it feels like wool. But I can use it for counting. So this is it. So I've got, and you can, I guess, let's see here. Oh, there you go. Okay, that's better. So I have the brown. It's real faint. It's real faint in the picture too, but I guess this is darker. But you can see, and I might go through and do that again. But the green, there's green up here. It's real light green stem, but the colors are really pretty. There we go. That may be better. So this is a 14 count, I believe. It's only going to be maybe a little over 5 inches by a little over 7 inches. I won't be able to get it in a 5x7, but it'll go just like right over here. It's a little sampler, Catherine's Little Sampler. But it doesn't smell like her anymore, but it's hers. So I don't know if you can see the flecks of color in the fabric too. I don't know if you can see that. The red and the blue. It would have been a pretty skirt. That's what I think she might have used it for. Anyway, I think I'm going to put, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. Maybe underneath, I'll chart her name and put it under here. I think, and yeah, I think I'll do that. So that was my other new start. And then I had a start again. So this is related to the prompt. No, this is the fulfilling the prompt on the I Spy game that's related to the number 3. I think this is the 3rd time I've started this piece. I started it in August with Laura. This is the Lazlo Koday one, and recognized that my fabric wasn't big enough for it. And so I got another piece. I ordered another piece, and it was 20. I think I started it on an 18 count, and it wasn't a big enough piece. So I ordered a piece of 22 count, and that was big enough for it, and I started it then. Well, I picked it up this last time to work on it, and I didn't like it. I'm not sure why. Because I like 22 count. I like stitching full coverage half stitch 2 over 1 half stitch on 22 count, but I didn't like this one whenever I picked it up again. So I started it again. So related to the number 3, and I started this again. I was stitching on this because I've been spinning the Tiny Decisions wheel just to get me to the next one. There are things that I want to stitch that I have not lined up, but in my head that I want to stitch. But then for the extra time, I've just been spinning that and putting my whips in, and whatever comes. So this is the black and white photo of Lazlo Koday's number 1. This is from Stitches So Beautiful. And I love it now. I've stitched 2 colors, I think so. No, just 1 color. So whenever the last one, I had about 150 stitches in it. And, you know, Laura's been showing hers, and I just think, oh, I need to get back. So it showed up on the Tiny Decisions, and I just restarted. So here it is. This is the restart on a 28 count, 2 over 1 half stitch, and I love it because it's dense, and I don't see the fabric through it. It's just on white Aida, and I put in probably 350, 400 stitches, half stitches, so still more. And I've got to finish this row. The sun starts coming in here. I've got 2 other colors to fill in, and then I'm going to town. So, I mean, I'm going to get back to this tomorrow. I don't want to put it away because it's fun. And I think half stitches are fun. Oh no, hang on, the needle got stuck. But yeah, I've got a blue that goes in, and then a light pink that goes in, and then I start on the sun, and that'll go. I'm just excited. You know, when you get excited about projects, I mean, a fabric that you like on a project that you love, it's just good. And on that note, last week I had mentioned the Quaker piece I was thinking about restarting. It's the one on the Bestitch Me Peony. Peony? Why is that so hard? The peony, that flower that's purpley pink, and I used the ecru, and Karen, the stitching owl, she suggested just to set it in there where it's going to be, a prominent place, and just think on it, let it sit. And this is the room that it's going to be in. So, and it may go into the living room. I'm not sure. In either case, I've left it and I've looked at it, and I think I'm just going to leave it. Somebody also stated, you know, you're not going to look at it through the camera lens anyway. You're going to be looking at it with your eye. So if it doesn't show well on camera, it's okay, because in person, if it looks good, it's bueno. So that's the way it's going to be. So whenever I get back around to it again, I'll just leave it on with the ecru on that fabric, and we'll be good. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. I've told you that, but I'm going to tell you again. I really, really love this interaction we have. Thank y'all. what else? Mourning Doves, Catherine's Little Sampler, Restart, start and finish. Okay, on to whips. Before we do that, I want to take a quick break and show you a couple of pieces of mail. I don't usually do mail or stitchy kindness, or because I don't know why. I should. Okay, well, I'll start doing it when I get it, but wanted to show you, I've had Laura's card. She sent out a Valentine's card. So cute. Resting beach face, and there's Laura's resting beach face. But also, I participated in the ATC swap, the artist trading card swap. I did it in the fall. I'm going to show you that card that I got also. I'll do that first. So in the fall, of course, autumn or fall was the theme, and this is the card I got. This is the one that I received. Cute little pumpkin. Look underneath the pumpkin. There's bobbins and scissors. There we go. Isn't that cute? So cute. Needles, a little tomato thing right there. So that's the one I received in the fall, and off the top of my head, I don't remember what I did. For this one, the theme was winter, and I stitched the cardinals. You saw that, and this is the one I received. I got a pink one with a little, is that a brad or a sticker? And it's still in the plastic. I need to put these in my baseball protector. This one, it didn't come in a plastic thing, but I need to put it in there. Actually, I'll put it on the back side of this one to keep them safe until I do get a protector, but so cute. Stitches are these are fun. These really are fun. Really fun. I'm excited to start the next one. I've got some ideas. I don't know. She hasn't announced the theme yet, but I have a plan on the different media to use. Media, mixed media. You know what I'm talking about. I have a plan on that. I don't have a stitch in mind. I just have a plan on what I want to add to it. Is that weird? All right, now whips. I worked on Beach Quaker from Georgia Girl, and I print black and white, but you'll see it in color. This is on Ice Blue. Let's see here, from Hobby Lobby. It's Ada, 14 count. I stitch on a variety of things. Ada, even weave, linen, many different counts. I haven't gone up to over 40 yet. But so far, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I really do have a sweet spot, but it changes from, I guess, project to project. Here, my sweet spot is 14, but in, what is this one? The Vivsters one, it's 1 over 1 on a 25 count. And then Hawk Run was 1 over 2 on 40 or whatever, so it depends on the project. But here I am on the Beach Quaker. Since you last saw it, there we go. Since you last saw it, I finished out the top portion here, and I started on the next level, filled in some of I got the E in, filled in some of this. So I had my hoop, well, you can see the lines. So I'll fill this in whenever I get to the other side. But this blue-green is next. These are so fun. Again, another stitch that if I didn't want to stitch a bajillion other things, then I would have kept on going. Oh, so fun. And this is not a printed, it's just a plain Ada, blue all around. No variegation or anything. Okay. Get my clippies out of the way. All right, next is the Quaker flag from Vivsters. I had this one partially done just the interior part last time you saw it. And this is on 25 count. Is that right? Yeah, 25 count Lugana. Vintage Country Mocha is the color. You know it, you love it. I guess, maybe you don't, but a lot of people, it's real readily available. So I didn't have the outline. I just had the interior part partially done. So let's see here. Okay, so I finished this one, obviously. Did the outline here. And then I'm going to do the outline of the red and white stripes next. So my plan is to do a blue because they are super full coverage. I mean, complete full coverage. The red and white ones are not. It's just the outline, and then the interior portion is the red or the white. There's no background. So my thought is to do maybe a red and a white and then come back up and do a blue, and then come down and do another red and white and then do another blue. So just kind of breaking it up. But I don't know where I'm going to hang it. If I want to hang everything, I'm going to run out of wall space. But it's going to be lovely. This is 1/1, right? Yes, 1/1 full, just full cross. And I didn't sub the blues. I just left them. I've seen several sub the blues and they're beautiful. I just didn't. I was watching Darlene Dion yesterday, and I'm behind, so I was caught up there for a while, and now especially this last weekend, it was just all my favorites posted. And well, I have many favorites that post weekly too, or monthly, but it seemed like everybody just started flooding with Flosstubes, so I'm back behind again, like I'm sure you all are. But Darlene Dion, that's where I was going. I watched hers from last week, and she's doing the Canadian flag. She's up in Nova Scotia, and I like hers too. I mean, of course, there's this red and white. I just like seeing all the flags. But most recently in my mind, that's the last one I saw. So, really pretty. And the last one I have, 27 minutes. Yes, the last one I have is Shores of Hawkrun Hollow. And this is part of, I need to find the hashtag. I'll link the hashtag below. Actually, I have it. I'll link it below. But Nancy the Disorderly Stitcher is doing a stitch along, start along, stitch along, with the Shores of Hawkrun Hollow. And several are doing it. I can't wait to see her progress, and just watching others progress through it. I like the shores. I'm not going to do all of them. I will be finishing them as pillows, all separately. I am on, here's the back side. You can see it bigger. I'm on this one. This is block number 10. And you see, that's what it's supposed to look like, right? Well, happy accident. I picked the, this is green. This is a green right here. I picked up a blue first. I think it's the bottle blue. And started stitching with that. And I think I'm going to leave it because it's a blue-green and it looks great. Also, I'm not going to stitch this part since they're going to be pillows. I probably won't stitch the border, and I'm going to look for some rope to put around the middle of the pillow to do that part. I think that would be neat. I was talking to Laura about it. I think, yes. And so I'm going to leave the blue-green in, stitch the boat, and maybe that, and take that out. Put a rope there. And then I'll pick another one to start, but that's block number 10. I'm doing this on 40 count. straw. That's it from Weeks Dye Works. 1/2. That's it. Last time you saw it, what I have? I had not much. I didn't have the birds. I didn't have the leaves here. I think I had these 2 leaves and heading over here. So I got this done, the birds, these done. I need another berry here. See, now we have good light. Thank y'all for watching the horrible lighting from the last video. The storm's coming in. It was rough, but I mean, it was a beautiful storm, but now there's not a cloud in the sky. It's nice. It's kind of chilly though. Let's see. I'll get to that in a minute, but here we are. So it's a blue-green with a light green. Oh, I need to fill that in too. Note to self. Put the other berry here, and then this mirrors on this side. So really, I mean, it'll be like that big. That's a pretty big pillow for the dough bowl. So, oops. So that's it. Thus concludes my whips. Now, for plans, last week I posted a flip through. Okay, it's sunny and 64. We got a light frost last night. I know y'all all wanted to know. Just saying. Last week I posted a flip through from the January, February of 1986 cross stitch and country crafts, and I posted that this past weekend. So this is a work my whip week. So the weeks that I post the flip throughs, I have been designating that for my start weeks. If I want to start anything, I can start it. I really don't have any rules, so I can really start this week, but to kind of keep them under control because they are growing, they're multiplying. It's cross stitch math, isn't it? Did somebody start that cross stitch math? I don't know. Somebody needs to start it if they haven't already. But so my plan this week is to work my whips, except, so I think today is the first day of spring. Beth, the Steadfast Stitcher, is starting a SAL called Wings of Change with butterflies and moths or dragonflies, any of those. Stitch along with her and several of her friends. So I'm going to start that. I'll put the hashtag below, and I'll put the hashtag for Nancy below. And so I'm going to start that this week, or this evening. Also, I saw Sally, Flossie Sews and Grows. Hi, Sally. I saw her post a video, so when I watch her, I like to stitch on Winter Snow from Lisa, Lost in Stitches. So I'm going to pull that out, and I'm going to stitch on that while I'm watching her. She is finishing, or is just finished. She wasn't finished whenever she posted her last video, so I bet you she's done with it. So that's fun. So I want to stitch that, and so those are I only have one planned start this week with the butterfly, but you've seen that. I want to stitch. Okay, so here we are with this hoop. Okay, so my plan with the butterflies is to stitch several different butterflies from many patterns that I've been pulling together. And I don't know if I'm going to do 24 or more or less, but I wanted to do one of these hoops. And if you've been with me before, you know this smaller hoop was right here. And then this larger one was up on top of this shelf. This larger one was my grandmother's, and I want to use that for the butterflies. So I measured this, and I put it there so I could see if maybe I would like it there. That's massive. It is 23.5 inches, which is almost 60 centimeters. So I need a piece of fabric that's that big. So this will likely not be the butterfly hoop. I have fabric for these. Maybe they're 16 or 18-inch hoops. I don't know. This is 10. This will hold the Mourning doves. So these are the same. So maybe they're 16 or 18 because they're not that much bigger than that one, but they're not 23 and a half. So I'm not sure what I'm going to put in the big honkin' hoop. The BHH, big honkin' hoop. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there. Can somebody design me a big, I don't know, honkin' hoop finish? I don't know what to put there. So my thoughts are to do the butterflies and stick them in. I think this one was my other grandmother's hoop. I'll have to look. I have a note on it. This is from my mom's mom, and I think this is from my dad's mom, or maybe even my great-grandmother. I had my great-grandparents until I was well into high school, so I remember them. Well, I remember my dad's side. I had a set, and then I had a great-grandmother until I was well into high school. My great-grandfather on that side had passed away before I was born, so this is, I think this is Hallie's. Maybe Pauline's. I'm not sure. Anyway, and this is my mom's mom. Another Pauline. So, I will figure out what to do with the BHH and do the butterflies in one of those. I'll probably put it in that one. And I may leave that one for a little bit. I'm not sure. Thoughts? Give me your thoughts. Here's my wallow hoops so far. Mourning doves, butterflies, I'm not sure. And these two are from Stitch and Mommy. That's a Rosewood Manor. That's a me, and this is a Save the Stitch. So, y'all are up to date. Anyway, what else? I think that's it. So, 37 minutes. Hopefully this will upload pretty fast. We have flag football games this afternoon, just one, for my boys. Going to stitch the wings of Change Sow, start on that. Plug in a floss tube maybe. But we're ready for basketball, ready for March Madness, ready for, I didn't see who was selected. Selection Sunday was 2 days ago. I didn't see who got selected to go in. I know Houston was at the top. Anyway, so basketball's getting good. Hockey's getting good. Anyway, I'll go. Y'all have a good week. Enjoy your next floss tube. Enjoy your time stitching. Drop me a note. Let me know what you're stitching on. Thank you for your kind words and encouragement on all things. The flip throughs, I love that y'all are enjoying that. I am enjoying it. So sweet of y'all to tell me, hey, I have that one too, or hey, I remember that, or I just thank you for bringing back these memories. I thank you. Thank you for sharing. It's been fun. I have run across, in my flipping through, I've run across some that I do remember, and that's coming up. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next, but I have some ideas. Oh, I also wanted to share with you, have y'all ever been to antiquepatternlibrary.org? I think, was it Michelle from Mama Love You GB mentioned it? Y'all, talk about a rabbit hole. Okay, so real quickly, I'm going to show you what I printed off. Now, granted, these are black and whites, but go check it out. I'll link it below, antiquepatternlibrary.org. Free antique charts that they're scanning for cross stitch, for embroidery, for crochet, for crewel work, for heart hanger, a lot of needle arts. So go check them out. This is one I'm going to start sometime soon. It's beautiful. It's just a repeat. You see how it just repeats. So you have the 2 flowers and it repeats too. So I want to start this one. Look at this. Yeah. This is charted in 2 colors, I believe. I think I'm just going to do a single and on a beautiful fabric. Some of them don't have the charts with them, and it's just the pictures. Like there are several older samplers that are just pictures of it, and I guess you can chart it yourself. I don't know, but I have been flipping through there for maybe a couple of years now. It goes back to 2006, so enjoy. I guess that's all. Y'all have a good week. I will see you in the comments. Just thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying this long if you have. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll just see you next week. Bye, y'all.